You may want to disable the chat after 5 minutes, Vedant. Once we start, so around 4 or 5, you can disable. Just to check, Vedant, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We will be beginning with our webinar in about 6 to 7 minutes approximately. Thank you so much for logging in. Can I request Nihar if you can go to the LinkedIn event page and also put up the Vana Debt Platform link page to join this webinar in that particular LinkedIn event group as well.
Sure, Manisha.
And so Paul, you have similar invitation to AI tools for the bankers. It's the same meeting. Yes. It's just put up in multiple what you call website and multiple channels, but this is the same session. Request to other hosts, Vedant and Nihar, somehow your video is not coming. I am able to put up my video. So maybe you can just check on that as well. So we would begin in 5 minutes. Thank you for your patience. The webinar will begin in 2 to 3 minutes. Just a check to my fellow hosts, if anyone can confirm, Nihar or Vedant, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
And when I'm changing my screen, I hope you're able to see the LinkedIn right now.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So thank you everyone for logging in. In about a minute's time, we will begin the session. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. So a final check. Is my sound quality, Nihar and Vedant, audible?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So we will begin with our session right now. So few things, few hygiene issues, hygiene related instructions to everyone before I begin. Chat will be disabled in about 5 minutes. There would be a Q&A window open in Zoom. If at all you have any technical problems, if at all you have any suggestions, any questions, please put up in the Q&A tab. I have my fellow colleagues, Nihar and Vedant. You'll be able to see them on the video. They would be monitoring the Q&A, and they would be monitoring any technical problem, and they would take liberty in unmuting themselves and reaching out to me in case there's any audio or any video problems at my side. Since we are using fiber optic internet, we have seen in the past that sometimes there is a bit of delay or sometimes there's a disconnection. In case that happens in the next 60 to 75 minutes, we have an alternate internet ready. It will take about a couple of minutes for me to re-log in. So in that case happens, apologies for the inconvenience. It should not happen typically, but just a precaution. With that, let me begin. Uh, uh, the PPT is purposely not in the slideshow mode because the PPT is just an instruction set for me. I would be showing you a lot of tools in the internet, in the Chrome windows, which are open as we speak. So don't worry if the PPT is not in the slideshow mode. Nothing major which will be shown in the PPT. I would be any which ways discussing verbally. Before I begin, a bit about myself. This is me. You can check me on my LinkedIn handle. I'm fairly active there. I post my thoughts, whatever webinars that me and my team conducts. We will be putting up on the LinkedIn handles as well. I've been predominantly a banker, having worked in banks such as HSBC and DBS for about 8 to 9 years each. So about almost 18, 19 banking years of banking experience. Over the 3.5 years, I work for a company called as Vayana. I head the emerging technologies there, both from a product and commercialization perspective. I also head a licensed entity of Vayana called as Vayana Trade Exchange. Okay, so that is what about myself. I am technically certified, having done multiple diplomas during my graduation, during my banking days. I have also done multiple AI certifications. Currently, I'm pursuing an advanced course in AI as well. We are working on few AI tools in Vayana as well. And eventually, we aim to roll that out for the BFSI fraternity very soon, hopefully. Very detailed, so very basic disclaimers. Today's session is about basics. I'm not going to be going very technical. I'm not going to be using too much of jargons. I'll be restricting myself to show you few tools such as Writesonic, Notebook LM, Perplexity Spaces, Google VO3. Some of the tools further I'll be showcasing you. Let me just put up, just give me a minute. Some of the other tools that I will be showcasing would be Lovable, I would not go in depth in showing examples of these tools, but I would be covering them just via the website. But all the other tools, I would be showing live demonstration and examples and how to use them. We will end that with some thought leadership on AI as to where we feel AI would be headed from a banking industry perspective. So if you already know these tools or have been using this regularly, this session will not be of any benefit to you. We would be conducting a AI part 2 session, which will be slightly in depth, where I will explain to bankers how to make a easy chatbot, where I will explain to banker how to perhaps make a digital twin, which will act as a selling agent for you. So I will also show some automation examples. So, but that would be in AI part 2. Okay, so today is about AI part 1. We will be conducting a series of other webinars as well. So the second webinar already is lined up. I think it's on 30th of July. Blockchain and tokenization made easy for bankers. M-Letter and deep tier supply chain finance. Tokenization for real estate are some of the other webinars which are lined up. Idea is to go completely into the practical bit, no theory. Okay, so that is how we will differentiate ourselves. AI is fairly evolving. The tools which I'm going to be showcasing may completely be different in 1 month's time. Every day there are thousands of new tools which are much better than yesterday's tools are coming up. That's how tools are coming up, left, right, center in AI, in the AI world. In banking especially, may not be in fintechs or NBFCs. I know banking is a walled garden. Okay, there is restriction as to what you can use, what you can't. The tools which I'm showing also have enterprise banking editions as well. So I would request all of you to take those tools back to your technical engineers and see how you can deploy in your walled garden. Some of the tools you may not be able to use it, but in your enterprise, there would be alternate editions of those tools. May not be Notebook LM, maybe something else. So there would be equal rival tools which you will be able to use in your banking fraternity as well. With respect to NBFCs, fintechs, and other FIs, you'll be certainly able to use these tools as well. I am not focusing on one particular function, that tools for risk, tools for marketing. I'm going to be showcasing a mix of various examples. So there may be a banker in the marketing function. There would be some tools showcasing for them as well. There may be someone in risk. There may be some tools for that as well. So it's not relevant that you will be using all of these tools. But the techniques which I'll be showcasing, you'll be able to customize that in your day-to-day use case as well. Like I've mentioned, vibe coding, I'll be showing you the part 2. Today is not about vibe coding. In case a voice option is available to you, please do not unmute. Okay, please try to use the text Q&A. I've already messaged that to you. As I've said, AI is evolving. It is, first of all, common sense. It's not a rocket science. And more importantly, no one, even Bill Gates, cannot call himself a Dalai Lama in AI. No one is perfect. In case I'm able to answer, I'll answer. Otherwise, please reach out to me on my LinkedIn and DM me. We'll be happy to go back and find an answer for you and showcase it to you. So very quickly, the basic things that confuses people in the finance industry who are not a techie is every day they see some of the new models coming up. Okay, some couple of months back, you would see DeepSeek. You would see now Grok 4 making waves just 2 weeks back. Okay, in about 6 months back, there was something called as a DALL-E. Of course, it all started with ChatGPT. The very basic question would be, what are all these? Okay, these are nothing but large language models. As a banker, as someone in BFSI domain, okay, we don't have to worry about all of this. Okay, all that, if you want to unclog as to what is currently the best one, what do I have to use? This is what I suggest. Go to a site called as artificialanalysis.ai. So let me go to this site right away. Just a quick check. Vedant and Nihar, can somebody confirm? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So this is sort of a tip which I will give it to you. A lot of you guys who have logged in may already be knowing this website. Taking some bit of time to load. Okay. And believe me, in next 2 weeks, you will see lot more models loading up. But if you want to know which is the model currently which is of higher intelligence, it is Grok 4. Just about a month back, it was DeepSeek. So in just 4 weeks time, guys, look at it. The OpenAI's O4 model and Google's 2.5 Pro model, and now Grok has overtaken that model itself. Okay. So if you want to unclog all this, what is happening in the world of AI, just go to this website. Okay. From a price perspective, have a look at this. Grok 4, which is the latest model of Mr. Elon Musk. It's about $0.3 per million token. That's how cheap currently AI has already become. A question to people in BFSI domain who's not a techie would be, what is a token? Think of it as like a word that you input in the prompt. It's slightly beyond that, but for a uninitiated one, think from that perspective that one input that you give or a one output which comes, that is nothing but one token. So for a million of words that you give when it comes as an output, you just have to pay $0.3. That's how cheap it's become. And believe me, if you come here after 2 months on this particular website, you will see a further lower rate. You will see further intelligent large language models. So one notion which I want to address here is, I have a lot of my friends in banking fraternity, both in Asia as well as across the world. They still feel that there is a lot of hallucinations in AI. AI is not intelligent. Okay, believe me, that was 3 months back. In the world of AI, thing changes every week. Yes, hallucinations are still there, errors are still there. It's not as much as it was 3 months back. So let me give you a context. Humanity's last exam. Okay, there's a non-profit on AI which tracks as to how important AI is becoming. Okay, with the vis-a-vis intelligence perspective, they've come up with a set of 2,500 questions, which are amongst the most difficult questions and involves biology, involves technicals, it involves history, everything. These are some of the mathematics, algorithms, most difficult questions. A human, the best score a human has got is in single digit, maybe a 7 or a 8%. Grok 4 is already on 23.9%. So it's 3 times more intelligent than the best of the humans already. So please leave that notion that AI is not, as intelligent as humans, and a lot of tasks that a banker can do that AI can't. Okay, you would see AI next 2 years coming up in practically all the areas of banking. And in the last section of today's session, I'll be talking about where all it will hit the most. Okay, again, these are my views. Everyone has their views. You are free to have your own views. In case a banker thinks that I don't want to be, selecting any model. I just want to give a prompt and I want the best of all the models. This is one page that you can go, perplexity.ai. And if you see, just select your best. Okay, again, some of the prompts is free, some are paid. Let me just go back. So Perplexity will select the best model automatically basis the prompt that you will give. You need not go to Grok, you need not go to Gemini, just use Perplexity. Okay, so I hope that is particularly clear. We will do this section now and we will address any questions that we may have later. The first tool that I want to show you guys is a tool called as Writesonic. Okay, if you can just put up on the window, in the Q&A window, if you know this tool, would be happy to know. Okay, this is a tool which I use on a regular basis right now in my current job. Okay, even if you're in the banking, if it's a walled garden, there's no one which stops you from using this tool. So it's sort of a digital, in this current world, okay, in banks, in the BFSI domain, everyone has a digital mark. Nobody can do anything without a digital mark. When I say digital mark, your social media footprint, your website SEO, Okay, so I just used it. So we've launched something. Let me show you a live example which I used it. So this is a product that we have launched it last month. So I work for Vyana. I have launched a Vyana debt platform SaaS. Okay, this is the page. So it's a digital asset tokenization platform. Okay, a lot of you may be working in a bank. You may launch an operating lease model. Some of you may launch a factoring model. Some of you may launch a treasury product. If you want to see how your digital footprint compares to your rivals, okay, Writesonic is the best tool. So I gave a prompt that please do a comparative SEO analysis of VDP, SaaS, Vyana to, let's say, top two other digital asset token pages, which are in Tokeny or DigiShares. And it's done a entire comparative analysis. Okay. Again, I will not go too deep into it. Please use it after this session. You will know how deep it goes from a content perspective, from a backlink strength perspective. It gives me the strengths of each and every website of my competitors or my associates, and come up with recommendations as well. Okay, so for example, let me just go to Vyana. Okay, so they've given me a strategy. For me, I need to come up with a backlink acquisition campaign. Okay, I need to come up with a FAQ page, a how-to page. Okay, how can I improve my digital markups? And somewhere it's given me, in depth that I need to come up with a content strategy as well. And this is the entire thing, guys. I'm using it and we are implementing on our current page. You would see in about a month's time us implementing Writesonic analysis, very regularly. So let me perhaps use a basic prompt right now here, so that we know we can generate a analysis right away. Okay, by the way, there are other tools as well, AI article writer, or research, a research agent as well. So let me say, can you do analysis of top Asian banks' digital footprint, namely, let's say DBS Bank, let's say OCBC Bank, Maybank. Okay, do a detailed analysis and come up with suggestions to improve DBS Bank digital footprint. Again, I have no permissions from all of these banks. Just from an education perspective, I'm using these names. So in case somebody is logged in which belong to this bank, apologies. Okay, and just press enter. You can do this in ChatGPT as well. You can do this in Perplexity as well. But Writesonic models and the way it will throw up the results would be sort of customized for this use case, which is where, as against using such prompts elsewhere, go to a specific agent such as Writesonic and use it. It'll take some bit of time because it's so whatever they do, it's going to be doing a good job for it. So let me leave this for the time being. Let's come back once the searching of the web is done. In fact, it's coming up right away. So if you see, they've done a deep analysis from a digital transformation perspective, if my screen is visible. So just to check again, Nihar and Vedant, can you just confirm? I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Manish.
Yeah. So if you see, they have started comparing the API as well. I'm using the free version of Writesonic, so I get about 2-3 chats. Once you upgrade it, you will be able to further query. You can say on APIs with respect to Reddit, what are the Reddit users talking about the APIs of DBS versus APIs of OCBC? Okay. You can further give TechCrunch, Product Hunt. What are they talking? What are those users talking about my tools? A real-time feedback, you can get it, from your digital footprints. Okay, so let me just close it. Let me perhaps share this. So you can, of course, download this in a PDF as well. Maybe I'll just put it up on the chat window in case somebody wants to take it up, can take it. I've given it to Vedant. Vedant will share it with everyone right away. So in case somebody wants to analyze the output of Writesonic, they'll be able to do that right away. Okay, so that's about Writesonic. Again, it's a massive, massive tool. I'll not go further deep into it. By the way, this was the prompt that I had given for my analysis. Analyze URL and identify top SEO pages, primary keywords, SEO strategies used to drive traffic for geography, United States, Latin America, Europe, UAE, and Hong Kong. Let me go to the second one. Now, let me take a pause here. In case there are any questions, let me quickly answer that before I move on to the next one. So, Vedant, if you can just tell me the
There are
questions.
2 questions, one by Paul and one by Balsubram. So,
Okay.
first one is Writesonic only focused the digital footprint and not the old world comparison of a company against its peers?
No, it does not do old world comparison. For the old world comparison, Paul, I would be giving you a prompt. The second section, which we will be talking about, this will help you in the entire comparison there. Okay, what's the second question, Vedant?
Is Grok 4 safe to be downloaded on personal computer? What about
So,
protection to your personal data?
so that's a good question. Sorry, who has asked that question?
Balsubramaniam.
So, Mr. Balasubramaniam, uh, again, all of these, whatever prompt that you give, whatever you upload on these public LLMs, whether they get used for their own training, okay, nobody can confirm that. If you work in a banking environment, typically you will have an enterprise edition of large language model. So I will give you 2 suggestions. That enterprise edition, you untick the training data or sharing with, outsiders. That is how you can protect it. Or if you want to download a large language model onto your public computer and ensure that nobody else uses that public data which you're going to be using on LLM, and the LLM does not use it for training, I'll give you one website right away. LM Studio. In fact, I will give you 2 websites. LM Studio, you'll be able to download this LM Studio, okay? And there would be several models, enterprise models of these DeepSeek, Llama, which you'll be able to download on it on your laptop or desktop, and you'll be able to use the LLM locally. Of course, the DeepSeek public model will be different. The DeepSeek downloadable model will be different. The speed, because you have downloaded it, will be different as well. So this is one website you can use. In the AI part 2, I will on a live basis download something and I'll try to showcase how you can use that. So this is how you can safeguard your public data. There is another website called as ChatGPT for All. Again, you can use this website, download for your computer, and via that, you'll be able to download various models. Several models will run into MBs, several LLMs would run into GBs as well. So using this, you'll be able to safeguard your privacy. Okay, so that's the answer to Mr. Balasubramanian, your question. Let's move on to the second section. Okay, so Paul, this is how you will do analysis in the old world versus new world as well. So let me go to the prompt engineering first. I'll be using Perplexity. Again, prompt engineering, guys, is an art. Okay, don't think that, any small 1-2 paragraph prompts you'll get the best answer. No, it doesn't work like that. There are basics which I'm going to be teaching you, which I'm hoping the audience that we have are here to learn the basics. In case you already know, you are on the right track as well. So let me do a analysis. Compare. Typically, if you don't know prompt engineering, you will just go and you will type this. Compare the 4 different banks in India. financially, ratios, market share. This is what typically someone who do not know prompt engineering will do and just press enter. Okay, let's see the results. This is the result of the prompt which I just used right away. Okay. I'll suggest a better way to do an industry analysis. Ask Perplexity or any LLM first for a prompt, then run that prompt. Okay. So this is what I would do. Please give me a highly detailed prompt to compare credit card divisions of HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, let's say SBI Bank. Again, I don't know anyone in these banks. I'm taking liberty just to run prompts from an education perspective. I don't have any approvals on these banks to run or do any kind of research. But from an education perspective, I'm just showcasing this prompt to you. Okay. The prompt should give me a McKinsey type comparison in all areas such as market share, ratios, income, etc., etc. First, I'm asking the LLM to give me a prompt, Perplexity to give me a detailed prompt. Use this prompt. Here's a detailed McKinsey style prompt to compare credit card divisions of ICICI and ICICI, HDFC, and SBI. Okay. Let me just copy this prompt now. Let me just open a notepad and let's run through this prompt. I hope you remember the earlier prompt of mine. And now see the prompt that we will be running. See how big the prompt is. Objective: develop a comprehensive board level comparative analysis of credit card business of HDFC, ICICI, SBI. See automatically what all it's asking me to compare. Again, I just wrote McKinsey. That's why it's given me so much of detail. Total cards in force, market share, okay, penetration, financial ratios, return on assets. Okay. I can edit the prompt as well. The prompt will enable a consultancy level. Okay. Okay. Typically, one advantage of Perplexity is it will give me sources as well. So I can just click on the sources and valid, I can confirm whether the figures are valid or no. Okay. Mention the source name next to any figures the prompt, the result will use. Also use the latest figures only, that is of 2025. Do not compare any old figures. Okay, I can edit the prompt here as well. Okay, give me before any table that you may use, label the table 2. Okay, you can again do all the permutation combinations. Now let me use this prompt and press the enter button. See the comparison. Now it will give me. And I will go to the earlier prompt and comparison as well. You see the detail. What you are seeing in front of you, you would have perhaps asked a ENY or a McKinsey to make it, guys. And my fellow bankers and fintech and finance professionals. See the quality in which it's giving me. Again, this can be a good brainstorm as well. It's giving me SWOT as well. I can further ask the questions. I work for HDFC Bank. I have the highest market share. I see that ICICI is creeping up. How do I ensure that I stay, I maintain my market strength? You can just go on. It can be a good brainstormer. You can have 10, 20 further prompts to further refine this. Credit cards info, spends, year on year. You see the level. Again, by the way, this pie chart, you see, I can just give a prompt. Please visually depict this and give me a pie chart. By the way, talking about pie chart, there's another tool called as Julius. Okay, again, see, today it's Julius. Tomorrow it can be someone else. If you don't want to get bothered by so many tools, stick to Perplexity. So I've used this Julius a lot. So I can just take up this report, which Perplexity has made. I can download it and I can upload it here. And I can tell Julius, please make visually represented pie charts for all of these reports and give me a report which I have to present to my board of HDFC Bank. It'll produce a report in 2 minutes and give it to me. Okay. Even Perplexity will do. If I put here that visually, please give me a report which is visually having charts and all, even Perplexity will give me. But see this, isn't this a better report than the earlier reports, than the earlier one? So that's the advantage of prompt engineering. Again, today is just a 1 hour session. I cannot go on and on, but one thing which I found is, and this is my personal suggestion, there is something called as Claude. It's a LLM of Claude. Sonnet is an LLM of a company called as Anthropic. When it comes to data analysis, creative work, 8 out of 10 times, Sonnet 4 gives me a better result. And by the way, as on last week, coders have rated Sonnet 4 as amongst the best for even coding as well, for code reviews, for code creation. So let me put the same prompt which I've used in Perplexity in Claude. By the way, Perplexity, for all that would have used Claude, because through Perplexity, I can use Claude as well. Let's see.
Manish, sorry to interrupt. Can you show the comparison between the earlier prompt and the new prompt in the previous example?
Sure, I'll show that. So I will show that again, and I will show the comparison between Perplexity's output and Claude as well. Let me just give me some time so that it gets generated. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see the comparison. In fact, let me see if I can just share this with you guys. Anyone with the link, copy link. I'm just putting it up on the Zoom. Vedant would be sharing the link with you guys. Okay, both the prompt comparisons you'll be able to see as well. I'll also take up the Claude report and I'll share this as well for you. So you'll be able to see a Claude output as well. Publish and copy link. Let me share that with Vedant as well. Vedant, please share this Claude result also with folks. Okay, so guys, we have shared the link. In the interest of time, I'm not going in depth into it. I'll request if you can just check the link and after the session, do a comparison yourself. I'll give you one more tip. Okay, X is the best tool, not even Google, to find the best prompt. Okay, so okay, again, you would say X. Okay, shouldn't it be Google? But trust me on that. I've been using X for 3 months, especially for a prompt search. I can tell you this is the best. So what did we do? We've done a bank analysis. Let me start with a best industry analysis. I need to compare. I need an industry analysis. Let's say liquor industry of Asia. So let me find the best prompt for that. Best prompt, do a detailed industry analysis. Typically, I remember back in 2006 to 2010, we used to write credit memos. This particular section used to take me a day, because every memo had to put up a local industry analysis. And I'll show you how you'll be able to do that in half a minute now. Best prompt to do a detailed industry analysis. Okay, you see, the prompts have started coming. Okay, so Alex prompter. So here are the 3 mega prompts for industry. So let me take up this prompt. See, the prompts have started coming, guys. See here. You are a world-class strategy consultant trained in McKinsey. At this point, let me just tell you what are the different styles of prompt. You are a McKinsey consultant. That is a role-based prompting. Okay. Role-based prompt works well when you analyze the industry, when you compare few banks, few companies. Okay. When you write an article, you may be a content creator in a bank, or you want to pin your thoughts. A framework of prompt engineering called as CoStar works the best. I will be showing you how to write an article subsequently in my subsequent in the next few slides as well. So there are various prompting techniques. If you don't know any technique, if you don't want to go into that, go to Perplexity, ask, give me the best prompt. That's the best way. That's the easiest way. If you further want to go and bring your own tone, bring your own personality, you want to have to and fro with the chat agent, you will need to know few prompting technique as well. Some of the techniques which I've been using is chain of thought, role-based, CoStar. And again, in the world of AI, do not rely on people like me to teach you. Okay. You can just go to ChatGPT. Okay. You can say you are a AI educator. Teach me CoStar prompting technique like you teach a 10-year-old. Teach me from banking use case perspective. Okay, just tell it to ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT will start teaching you like it teaches to a 10-year-old. Very basic, non-jargon. Okay, so it's already starting to teach me. So anyways, I will be teaching you CoStar technique to write an article in the subsequent slides. But so do not rely on me in the world, in the age of AI. You know, sky is the limit when it comes to self-learning. Okay, so going back here. So these are the various prompting techniques. Let me go to X again. Okay, so you see the best prompts have already started coming. God of prompt. I follow this handle a lot. Okay, you see they've given a 3 mega prompts to replicate McKinsey style reports. Here is the McKinsey style. This is the prompt. The competitive deep dive. You see, this is the prompt for that. A CEO strategy paper, which is the McKinsey style. Okay, reports. Okay, so let me do some prompting very quickly on the industry analysis. Let me again go to Perplexity. Give me a role-based prompt. You are a credit underwriter and you need to critically analyze, let's say, liquor industry of India. The reason being you want to sanction a credit limit to a liquor client which is into distribution of whiskey. Give me a detailed prompt using your own reasoning and projecting the future of industry. Okay. So one is you can go to X, you can find a prompt. Another is the easy way, just ask the LLM to give you a prompt. So I have purposely want a role-based prompt here. So it'll bring in that role from a credit underwriter perspective, how the prompt should be. Okay. So the prompt is here. You are a credit underwriter at a leading financial institution. Your task is to carry out a critical credit analysis. The goal is to determine whether to sanction a limit. Okay. Role-based analysis prompt. Evaluate the current size. Analyze the consumer demographics, etc. Market structure, regulatory, legal and tax angle. If you have to write all of this, writing this prompt itself would have taken you a day. Okay, so let me just now run this prompt quickly. So as I told you, the job which I used to do for about a day, now I can find out in half a day, half a minute. And because I'm using Perplexity, I would get the sources as well. And I'll be able to find out whether there's hallucination or no. So I've run the prompt and here is the output. Whiskey sales projected this. Again, by the way, I can write, you have given me in USD. Please change the figures to INR and give me only 2025 figures. Let's wait for the results. Okay, here are the results. Okay, below. Okay, sorry. My mistake. Because I've given a top up here, it just topped it up. I should have put up INR figures in the earlier prompt only. I should have copied that prompt and I should have purposely put up that give me all the figures in INR. But anyways, see the sources also given. Okay. If you want to understand what all from where all they have taken all this figure, see next to each and every percentage, their source is written here. So you can nullify a lot of hallucinations by clicking on this link. The entire citation from where all it has picked up the data, it's here. And if you have picked up the reasoning model, this is the button for reasoning. It's asking me to upgrade because I finished all my reasoning prompts for the day because I was practicing in the morning. If you use the reasoning model, it will use reasoning and give their own projection as well. It'll start taking, it'll start taking your decisions on your behalf. Of course, you will, as a credit underwriter, okay, in banks, what I've seen is currently only the maker function is being given to a banker, of maker function of a banker is being given to AI. And rightly so. You should never give the checker and the approver function to an AI. Currently, the stage in which AI is absolutely the maker function in operations, maker function in credit. AI can do that very well. And in the market, there are umpteen companies already implementing that in various banks. Okay, so this is how you would do a comparative analysis. In the interest of time, I would not go here, but in case you want to analyze a stock, search X and find a mega prompt. I already did that, and this was the mega prompt that I found. Let me quickly show CoStar technique, then I would take your questions again. So in the age of AI, okay, I am very active with respect to content putting up. Okay, it would take me couple of weeks to write an article, and even now I prefer to take the structures from AI. I don't let AI do 100% of my content writing, but I think AI would be about 50% there at the moment. Okay, so but CoStar technique is a great technique to when you have to write a blog, a white paper, or an article, okay, on a particular topic. So let me very quickly do that and show you how to use the CoStar technique of prompt engineering. Okay, give me a detailed sorry for this. Give me a detailed CoStar prompt to write an article on acceptance of tokenization in real world trade finance and real world B2B lending, along with raising capital using money and capital and markets tokenization. It needs to go through articles written by me on LinkedIn. Okay, this will not work because some of the models are allowed to use access to my LinkedIn, some are not. what you can do is you can paste. I'll show you how you can bring your tone, your personality in the articles. Thus, bring out my tone in the article. Let me just first get the prompt. Let me copy this prompt. Copy this and put it on the notepad. And let's start editing this prompt. Okay. You are an established thought leader, leader in fintech regularly. Okay. Again, it takes about 15 minutes for me to edit, but let me say context, thought leader, trade finance, based out of Singapore. Oh, sorry, based out of UAE. Let me put that. Your voice in UAE. I don't want a global, I don't want the article from a global perspective. I want the article keeping UAE in mind. It is my segment, my target audience is UAE. Okay. So CoStar stands for context. First, give the context. Okay, who are you? What you want that for? What's the objective? I want the article to tap UAE bankers. Style. So here what you can do is my 5 latest articles. You can actually put up a LinkedIn or an article that you've written earlier. What the Perplexity or the LLM which is going to produce the article will read the tone, how I typically write the article. And the article which they will give me will bring out the Manish Gadia personality in it. That's how hyper customized you can make this prompt. But for the time being, let me remove that. Topics, talking points. Let's say I also want you to talk about what Vayana is doing in digital assets and SCF tokenization, especially deep tier supply chain finance tokenization. I'm customizing it to what I want. Okay. Again, up to you. I will share the link as well of how I created. I just go and paste it. And now, oh, sorry. The prompt is there. I need to change it. Sorry. Okay. The article has started now. I can further refine it. I can tell Perplexity, give it to me in 2,500 words, give it to me in 10,000 words, make it slightly more factual, etc. So here's the article which has come in. Again, if you want to review this article, I'm just sharing the link with Vedant here. Once again, Vedant would share that with everyone. Okay. Very quickly, let me just show you one more technique of Perplexity. Then I'll take your questions before moving on to the another agenda. So when you go to perplexity.ai, everyone just directly goes for the prompt. Okay. Do one thing. Next time when you go, just touch on these spaces. And there is something called as templates. Okay. Do that. There are ready-made custom Perplexity spaces made available for specific of a task that a finance or a fintech professional or a banker may want to use. So for example, let me go to finance. Do you want, as a team leader in a bank, if you've done a deal, do you want a case to be generated for a training? Just click on it, upload some of the documents. Okay, right. Please generate a case study for a management trainee kind of an audience who's joining a bank, and they should finer aspects of this particular deal should be explained to them. And boom, do that. The case study will come out. Use that for training. By the way, we are using Perplexity Spaces in my current company, Vienna Trade Exchange. Let me show you how we do that. Okay, so we have a global audience, which this is a marketplace for factoring. Okay, it's a regulated marketplace. Before anyone goes to any company to pitch factoring, they are mandatorily asked to go and read about that particular company using Perplexity. So go to sales and marketing. Okay, so prospect research. Okay, you can build whenever you go to meet a company, before you go to meet a company, you need writing notes. You can use this Perplexity space. You can generate a hyper customized introduction to a particular company. So let's say hypothetically, I want to meet a company called as Asian Paints. I can just go click here. It'll give me talking points customized to Asian Paints, which I can go and bang on, use for my factoring pitches. Okay, there are so many tools in Perplexity Spaces which people in finance industry can use it. Okay, for stock market in particular. Okay, there's enough and more available. Okay, I need to push through this. Okay, because I need to finish Perplexity very soon. Last I want to show before I take questions on this particular aspect is a very powerful mode of Perplexity. Okay, and this is where Vedant, I will be asking few questions on the voice mode to Perplexity. If you can tell me whether this is audible or no. Click on this Perplexity. I'm going to be pitching Vienna Trade Exchange to Asian Paints. I want them to take up Vienna Trade Exchange factoring marketplace services. Give me detailed talking points customized to Asian Paints, which I can use and talk to the CFO of Asian Paints.
To pitch the value of Why Not Trade Exchange's factoring marketplace to Asian Paints, you can focus on these key points.
Perplexity, pause. Vedant, was it audible, whatever Perplexity was talking about?
Yes, it's audible.
Okay, sorry.
Got it.
Perplexity, sorry, I paused you. Go on. Can you give me more customized? I'm going to be talking to CFO of Asian Paints. Give me highly detailed. Do analyze their financials and tell me how factoring and Vienna Trade Exchange can be of benefit.
Asian Paints has faced a tough FY 2025, with a 4.5% decline in sales and a 33% drop in net income due to weak demand and competition. Pitching a factoring marketplace like Vienna to the CFO can help improve cash flow by converting Asian Paints receivables into immediate cash, allowing them to better handle their working capital needs without taking on debt. Given the current market pressures, this can free up capital to invest in innovation and
Perplexity. Asian Paints CFO know about factoring. I don't want basic general data. Give me some high-level customized knowledge which I can talk to the CFO with.
Given that Asian Paints is facing a demand slowdown and a decline in net profit for FY 2025, the CFO will likely be focused on improving liquidity and reducing working capital cycles. Here's a highly tailored angle for your pitch. 1. Cash flow optimization. Emphasize that factoring can immediately inject liquidity by converting receivables into...
Sorry, I'll just pause right now and open to the questions, but I wanted to do a 10-minute one-on-one with Perplexity voice, but in the interest of time, I'm seeing that we are nearing 60 minutes already. Play around with the Perplexity voice. It's the best at the moment. Okay, it'll unlock a lot of use cases for you. For example, if you're going for an interview to JP Morgan, let's assume, you can do a mock interview session with Perplexity. It'll prepare you specifically to JP Morgan's you see requirements. So there are many use cases that you can unlock with Perplexity Voice Agent. So over to Vedant. Vedant, if you can quickly ask me a few questions, then I can go into the final section of our today's presentation.
Yeah, sure. So can we do trade finance data analysis between two banks of countries?
You can absolutely do that. Just change the prompt and you'll be able to do that. If you can tell me who has asked that question, Vedant, that will be great as well.
So they haven't mentioned the name.
No
So
problem. You can do anything. Okay. Just change the prompt and you'll be able to do that. Next.
So can you share the instructions how to untick the preference to safeguarding your data? Can you please share it post the session?
Okay, so at the moment, what you can do is go to LM Studio, use LM Studio or ChatGPT for all. You'll be able to safeguard the data. Download the LLM model on your computer, on your laptop and use it. That's the only way. Okay, next.
Will the accuracy of local downloaded LLMs, example from LM Studio, same as
No,
digitally
no.
trained LLMs?
Absolutely no. The LLMs that you will so the LLMs which are on public would be running on bigger servers. They are trained on billions and trillions of data. The LLMs which will be on the laptop will be slow, will not be as reasoning or intuitive as the LLM which is there on the public cloud. Having said that, the bigger banks, they have the enterprise edition of these public LLMs, or they create their own LLMs, which are also efficient. But the one which you download certainly will be a light model of that bigger LLMs. Okay, next. But having said that, guys, the way to think is everyone uses Google Workspace or Microsoft Workspace. Okay, the Gemini model is of Google, and me as a regulated fintech or also using Google Workspace. If I'm trusting them to use my Gmail and the entire enterprise email, I can trust them to use the Gemini as well. But the better person to answer that question would be your networking manager. If this question is by a banker, please approach your networking manager or a technical person in your bank. They will be able to answer that particular information for you. I sitting here don't know the walls or the firewalls which your bank may have. Next question with Vedant.
Is there an easy and accurate way to proofread and edit content using these LLMs?
Is there an easy way to accurate or proofread? Okay,
Proofread.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Take the data from Grok, put it on Perplexity, and tell them, Perplexity, can you proofread this particular data? Take that data once again and put it on Claude. Okay, what you've done is you've used one LLM to another and you've proofread it. That's what I do is I do that. Number two, use Perplexity. It has sources mentioned against each and every data. You will have to manually check each and everything if you're so finicky about that. But doing that proofreading by copying and putting from one website to another would be a good enough one of the ways you can proofread that. Next question, Vedant.
When we use these prompts to start writing articles, how can we ensure that we avoid plagiarism or content used by other LinkedIn content creators? Can you also do a masterclass as to how to increase online presence as a banker?
Absolutely. We'll certainly, first of all, thanks for the suggestion. We'll take that suggestion into account and we'll try to frame a session on that. But the way to handle plagiarism will be, first of all, you need to be an original writer. In your prompt, you need to give link of at least 5 to 10 articles that you've manually written. You need to copy and paste at least 10 to 20 posts that you would have manually written. I need to paste that in your Costa framework, in the tone part of your Costa framework. That way, AI will read through it and will give your tone and personality to it. One more thing that you can do is when the output of the article comes in, paste that and run a prompt. AI, please ensure that there is no plagiarism. You've not copy and pasted someone else's work. Give that particular prompt and rerun that entire article. If at all anything is copy and pasted from someone's original work, that will be removed. These are the two ways which you can customize the article for your work. Next question, Vedant.
Is there any breach of data violations asking for data report and what legal implications?
I can't answer that, but what I can say is this are public available data. For example, okay, the data that we have, that Perplexity will be using, let me just put up anything. Can you give me HDFC versus ICICI? See the sources which they are using. This itself will be able to answer your question. It's using 5paisa.com article. It's using YouTube videos. It's using Reddit articles. These are all public domain articles. There is no question of data breach here. Okay. Public models will not be able to access your private data. Whatever there is there in your private cloud, these models don't do that. Okay. Otherwise, that's a serious data breach. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Next question.
Are use cases in trade finance limited to data extraction from documents when documents are highly unstructured like BL? What
No, there
are
are
emerging use cases where banks can use for trade finance operations?
multiple use case. So, for example, in trade finance operations, okay, you have, by the way, Grok has a wonderful OCR/Vision AI. Okay. Google also has a great OCR. Okay. You can use the enterprise editions of these large language models and run your initial operation trade finance checks, the LC checks. Okay, whether all the clauses are perfect, is there any repercussions of clauses? You can just integrate with your documents engine and they will do the maker analysis for you. So in fact, there are more than 1,000 use cases just in trade finance alone, which AI can be of use, but at the maker level currently. Till the time one gets confidence, do not take it to the checker or the authorizer level. At the maker level, so operations is one such. Doing collections, okay. In fact, let me answer that right away. Go to these websites called as ElevenLabs and Vapi. Okay, they can have AI agents. You can have your own tone. AI can train on your own language and on tone. They can personally call on your behalf and do collections on your behalf. The opposite person will not even know that AI is calling. That's how good ElevenLabs have become. ElevenLabs does not even have languages. They even have dialects. So for example, when I am operating for Hindi in a place called as Bombay, will be a different tone and a dialect than a Hindi of a, let's say, Uttar Pradesh state. They have that kind of customization. And I've started developing some on my weekend, some voice agents. And the things this voice agents, especially at ElevenLabs, can do, it's the future. Okay, it's not a menu-based approach or a robot calling you. The response time also of ElevenLabs models are so quick. It's almost human-like. So there are various things that you can do. Vapi, by the way, can integrate and at a regular interval. The moment, let's say, before 10 days of overdue, email can go to a customer, and there's a voice call also which can go to a customer's CFO, or let's say head finance, or someone working in the collections department of that particular company, where they can, even a voice-based follow-ups can be done. Sales agent in trade finance. Why do you need a sales call center to sell your credit cards or any of the banking products? In the future, AI agents of ElevenLabs will be selling it for you. You may not need such a bigger call center. There can be a flow where a particular escalation can be handled by AI agents very well. Only on super escalation can a human can come in. So that kind of flows will have to be designed. So that's the answer, Vedant, to the question which was raised on other use cases. What are the other questions?
Yeah, that's all. We are done with the questions.
Okay. So in the interest of time, let me quickly move on to the other bits. I will have to skip few stuff. Legal contracts, I already mentioned. You can, if you have a customized legal contract you are entering onto with various corporates, you can just upload onto a legal LLM. See, by the way, you can do that onto Grok also. Grok can do that well. but there are various legal AI agents now coming in the market, which are trained on legal specific use cases. So Thomson Reuters, by the way, has a beautiful legal LLM, which they give it only at a cost. So let me not go on to that. In fact, yesterday I was working on one of that, and I've joined a wait list. Let me see whether I'm able to show that to you. I think this is legal space, if I'm not mistaken. Legal review, sorry. So this is one specific to legal documents, upcoming page, agent, where you can just join the waitlist. And if you get an access, you'll be able to, in a private manner, get analysis which you would have got it from the expensive lawyers. Okay. There would be options where they will, on your behalf, a AI agent will engage the lawyers of your customers, and you can put up that this is my comfort level. It will do all the engagements with your lawyers of your clients, and it would close the agreement. It would also ensure that it would sign on your behalf and as well as client's behalf. So that amount of automation stuff is coming in the market. Whatever I'm talking today, in 2 months' time, it would have already become redundant. Okay. So that's how fast AI is moving. I will skip the article. I will skip the section where I was to show you some videos and images. Okay. There is something called as a DALL-E. I'm sure everyone would be aware. Let me quickly show. This is for the marketing department of banks. Okay. Don't go here. Okay. Typically, okay, on the left-hand side, there would be various other options. Click on DALL-E. This is a good model to generate image. Okay. I want to launch a operating lease product. It should, please give me an image which I can send to clients via WhatsApp. Again, a very, very funny prompt. This is not how the prompt should be. Prompt should be detailed, just to showcase you how it can be done. So it's giving me, this is the image concept, etc., etc. Can we generate an image? Yes. Generate an image. It will generate a very bad image, but it needs to be a very good prompt. But I'm just showcasing you how you can quickly get a WhatsApp forward for your operating lease product. Okay, so it's picked up. Operating lease typically is used in cars. Okay, so this is the image that it's produced. When you customize this prompt properly to your product, it will produce a good image. This is one of a good model to create such professional images. Okay, so very quickly. So this is a video. I was to show you how a video storyboard, which we used to take. In fact, me and Vedant, last year when AI was not so prominent, we've created a video for a product. We've taken about half a day to make a video storyboard. I've made it 2 weeks back for my upcoming new product using AI in about 2-3 minutes. Okay, see the extent of storyboard it's given me. Okay, image 1, what it should be, what it should talk about. Okay, so a half a day's job, it's done in about, let's say, half an hour. That's how easy storyboard for video making have become. Some of the other tools, Lovable, very interesting. Okay, lovable.dev. Okay, when you see this blockchain tokenization page, initially we tested, we made the script of it, and we made a dummy version of it using Lovable. Okay, it can make websites for you, web pages for you in few minutes. Okay, just give a detailed prompt. Again, do not create a prompt. Create first a prompt, a detailed prompt, like I told you. Put the right prompt here, it will create images for you. So whether people are using it for real, yes, I think 10% of all the websites now, new websites which are created on internet are made using Lovable. That's the statistics, and it's growing up and all. In 2 months, when we will have a next session, perhaps it will be 20%. Can you imagine 10% of new websites are made using Lovable? Okay. Some of the other tools, Gamma AI, I'm not so happy with Gamma AI tool. So when I was in sales and commercial section of banks, okay, every day about 2 hours of my day used to go in PPT creation. Okay, I was searching for tools where PPTs can be created using AI. Okay, this is one such AI agent which can be used to make PPTs. But frankly, I would rate them 5 out of 10. The result which I want should be at least 8 or a 9. I don't think so. Various AI tools which I've tested are so far giving me the result which I can do using my own skill sets. So with the way things are going, maybe in 3 months, I would have a tool which I can recommend to you. But at the moment, this is something which you guys can try if it helps you. These are some of the 2 tools which a banker can use. So if you are a head of a department, you want to present a policy, a yearly policy, a framework as to what you're going to do for the next year, use a tool called Spindle.ai. It can help you. There is another tool of Clarity.ai, which again can be of helpful for bankers. Okay, yeah. So sustainability is very close to you. Okay, every credit memo needs to have a ESG model or ESG framework put in. This particular tool can, on a real-time basis, give that kind of output as well as monitor ESG matrices of all your clients. Okay, so this is what you can do. This again, whenever you have free time, I would have taken a 10-minute session on the thought leadership of AI, but the interest of time, I would have to skip through this. Maybe in the second session, I would cover this. There's an article called as Extracting Value from AI in Banking, Rewiring the Enterprise. Okay, it's by McKinsey. It's a December 2024 article. To me, this is a very, very brilliant article of all the articles on AI which have come lately. What it talks about that from a bank perspective, please do not go about thinking about a chatbot creation. Just thinking about, let's say, a basic document summarizer flow. Okay, it says that if a bank needs to become an AI first, think about material changes or this basic chatbot, basic document creation. Such POCs will not embed AI into your organization. AI is here to stay. Think about material changes. Think about how AI can be benefiting each and every function of your organization. Okay, so you can divide all your, the entire banking functions into various heads: sales and marketing, risk, servicing, digital, human resources. Further divide them into various aspects. At every section, think how AI can play an important part, and grounds up, do the changes 360. Do not work on those small use cases. They will not get you the benefit which AI can give. This is a latest development on July 15. An AI agent was used by Google itself to prevent a hack. So banking, cybersecurity is very, very important. Very soon you will have AI agents monitoring your IT infrastructure in banks, in fintechs, and NBFCs. Commerce, very, very important link. Okay, commerce is going agent way. Okay, this link is very important. In fact, I would share this link with Vedant. It has to be read by everyone who's watching this webinar. By the way, this webinar is getting recorded. If you need a recording, it will be put up on our YouTube page very soon. Okay, agents doing shopping for you have started happening. Okay, I would give my agent, a Google agent or a Visa agent or a MasterCard agent, $100, and I will tell them, I want to buy something like this. That agent will get an access for that $100. It would start negotiating, finding on internet, which is the best, let's say a coffee machine, something like this, from a review, perspective, from cost perspective, from a delivery perspective, it'll also place the orders and it'll debit my wallet of $100 and would, execute transactions. It's already started happening. In the era of agent, when agents are doing commerce, banks and finance sector would need to adopt agentic workflows so that, when commerce is moving the agent way, the finance flows also have to move the agent way. I wanted to spend some time on it, but I'm sharing the article with you guys. It's already happening. MasterCard, Visa, Google, all are working on it already. In future, in 5 years' time, perhaps, there used to be Internet of Things earlier. Supposedly it'll be Internet of Agents. This is a new word which is being coined. From Internet of Things, the entire internet would be moving to Internet of Agents. That's what people see from a 2030 perspective. And I would end up the session by saying this, by showing this particular slide. Ease of banking, hyper-personalization, 24 availability, sustainable finance, financial wellness and holistic approach. These are some of the key themes that bank has to work from a 2030 perspective. In each of these 5 themes, AI is the one which would get you close to acceptance and implementation of these themes. So AI is here and AI is the future. It's the current and the future, and AI is here to stay. So with that, I would stop sharing the screen and I would take up the final set of questions. If there are any, apologies, the last section I had to really skim through fast. Sorry for that. So Vedant, over to any set of questions that people may have in
Yeah.
the last section.
So first question is, current AI agents in CSM sector, example Amazon, Zomato, are nowhere near human. Takes forever to escalate or resolve. Do you see agentic AI will be able to handle first level escalation in the near future?
Absolutely. So let me give a parallel example. Three months back, the videos that the LLMs used to produce, I'm talking about Mid-Journey. There used to be a model called as Mid-Journey agent. The Mid-Journey 1 was very crappy. People said it's going to take about 2 years for Mid-Journey to produce Hollywood-style images or videos. I can tell you, if you go to Mid-Journey right now, Mid-Journey has a capability to produce almost the quality which a film which Hollywood can produce. And there are various directors which have said that we will only produce AI specific films now later on. So that all has happened in 3 to 4 months time. So with AI, the speed at which the agent, I know I'm a voracious Amazon user as well. Their AI agent is called as Rufus AI. And yes, I agree with you, whoever said that it's very crappy. I'm hoping that in next 3 to 4 months time that becomes better. But technologies exist that even as on 19th of July, they can be 100 times better than they are. So I am forever optimistic on it. And I believe in 3, 4 months time, the experience would be very much better than what it is today. Next question.
Any AI tool for latest merger and acquisition transaction in India? Also AI tools for valuation multiplier of M&A transaction.
Yes. So you can search for it, but something that you can use in the M&A space, again, go to Perplexity, go to Spaces, go to Templates, go to Finance. In fact, you can go to All, you can go to M&A. So this is something which I know, input any deal and generate a tombstone. Okay. By the way, let me show you one more thing. WhatsApp. Perplexity is also there on the WhatsApp. Is my screen visible, Vedant, by any chance?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Perplexity is also on WhatsApp. So let me give Perplexity a sound. Perplexity, every day 10 a.m. without fail, you need to give me all the latest M&A news. You need to give me a detail write up on that M&A and deal which have happened across the world with focus on India, and give me your thoughts as to whether the M&A was good or no. This needs to come without fail 10 a.m. I've given a very basic prompt here. Someone who has asked this question can create a very detailed prompt and give it to Perplexity. Every day 10 a.m. without fail now, the prompt will run automatically and I will start getting the results. So you should see the first results right away. Just give some time. I can totally do for you. I'll set a reminder to send you a detailed write-up of all the M&A deals every day at 10 a.m. with special focus on India and my personal take on whether each deal was good or not. Perplexity, can you send one particular M&A deal which you're gonna send from tomorrow 10 a.m. right away? Let me see how you do. Again, I'm giving a very basic prompt. Please prepare the prompt and give it to Perplexity. On WhatsApp every day 10 a.m. you'll start getting such deals. Let's see what it sends it to us. By the way, this Perplexity can talk in any language. So here's a sneak peek. Reliance Industries acquired a major take in boosting its digital arm. It's a smart move. Want me to start sending again? So see, because my prompt was very basic, it's sending me very basic stuff. You can certainly go and compile it from a detailed, let's say, McKinsey type analysis as well. In case someone works for an Edelweiss and you want a research report on that deal, you'll be able to generate it. Last week, Anthropic launched something in financial services. Okay, again, see the thing which happens every day. Okay, there used to be Perplexity Spaces. Now there is Anthropic Claude for financial services. I'm yet to explore this. Okay, but my request would be keep on, you should explore this and use your prompting to come up with such detailed research reports as well. Okay, maybe start using on Anthropic for Claude. So that's what I would say that. I have not made such research reports. I make white papers for trade finance, for cash management, for transaction bankings, but not M&A specific. So which is where I can't say for sure what's the quality like, but I have few friends in the research domain and they've been gaga over the reports produced by AI. Next question.
So you mentioned we can use a second model to verify results from first model. You think
Yeah.
it is possible to include in the first prompt requesting the first model to verify own findings without repeating the process?
You can do that as well, but it's always better to give it to a third person. Okay, for example, let me take Vedant. If I give Vedant a job to do, he will do it. I will tell him to review again. Perhaps he will come up with 2 errors. If I give the same text to Nihar, Nihar would bring his own perspective and will be able to bring out more errors. It's the same philosophy. Next question, Vedant.
Next is probably a suggestion. So someone has suggested that the LLM suite developed by JP Morgan rivaling ChatGPT can create nice text.
Oh, that's good to know. And JP Morgan, I have high regards for. Even in the world of digital assets, it's up there. From a technology perspective, in fact, I can share here about few weeks back, I was tapping as to which bank at the moment in 2025 is up there from a digital emerging technologies perspective. And I think it was Claude or ChatGPT gave me that it's JP Morgan, which is the leader. So if there is one bank which gets into a technology early and deep dives into it and comes up with practical use case which can be income generator as well as of material value, and I think JP Morgan is one of those banks. So absolutely underline that statement. Yes, next.
So which is the best AI for financial statement analysis?
So again, if you are confused, use Perplexity. It will automatically use the best one, which it feels at this moment. With the things which AI is moving, again, I'll repeat. Today, it's something else, which is on 19th July. 20th of August, it will be something else. Okay, it's what works for you. please, if you are beginning to do this, use various LLMs. Okay. I find Claude for my white paper writing, for my article writing to be the best. But that's for me. Somebody else may choose something else. It's your personality as well. Yeah, Vedant, next.
How to download Perplexity on WhatsApp?
Okay, Perplexity on WhatsApp, actually it's a number. You just have to say hi to this particular number. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, if you can just, I'm just gonna give you this number, Vedant, if you can just share with people.
Sure.
On your WhatsApp, just say hi to Perplexity and the Perplexity would be on. By the way, you can use Perplexity as your personal assistant as well on WhatsApp. You can ask Perplexity to set up alarms, everything as well. Tomorrow, think of it. This WhatsApp will become your agent as well. You can tell Perplexity, you can upload a coffee machine, okay, here in Perplexity as well, and link it to UPI and tell them if this coffee machine, if you get the best deal under 50 for next 30 days, keep tapping. The moment the coffee machine is less than $50, Perplexity will do a UPI transaction, will buy it for you. Okay. So when transactions are happening using agents, how can banks stay behind? Simple as that. Next question.
Yeah, I think that's all from the question side.
Okay, perfect. We are bang on time as well. Thank you so much, everyone. I really enjoyed giving this session and talking about AI. I feel very happy. And as I've mentioned, on 30th of July, we are conducting a session, a complete grounds up basics, no jargon, no technology. What is tokenization? What is blockchain? In finance, my colleagues here, Vedant and Nihar, they would be conducting a basic, no jargons, no technology, hi-fi words on model of electronic trade records, deep tier supply chain, on tokenization for real estate also in subsequent. So you may follow our handle. You may follow a LinkedIn page called as Vana Debt Platform. You'll be notified about all those webinars. Thank you so much, everyone.
For the next two webinars, I've also put in the registration links in the chat, so you can register for the same.
Thank you so much. You can stop the recording with that. Thank you.
Sure.